Welcome to the Forward Focused Flashcast. If you're joining us for the first time, we're honored you're here. If you're returning, welcome back. At Forward Focused, we have episodes designed to help you become a better and more well-rounded leader with quick tips that you can implement right away in your life and in your business. In today's conversation, we're going to be doing a deeper dive into the concept of the 7 circles of your life and some strategies that you can do to employ and become better in each key area of your life. So let's dive in. So if you're not familiar with the 7 circles, we dropped an episode earlier on, and linked below this episode in the description is a link to that first episode. I would encourage you to pause this one and listen to that one first. If you are familiar with the 7 circles, you already know that there's 7 key areas within your life that we want to focus on to maximize our fullest potential. And these are specifically found in the book, The One Thing, written by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. And it's on pages 114 to 116. So a little bit of resources for you there. So you have these 7 circles, right? Personal, spiritual, job, business, finance or money, physical, and then your relationships. Well, I want to give you an exercise or something to consider that you can do with yourself, with your spouse, with your business partners, or with your team. So I want you to look at that image on page 114 or picture a circle in the middle that says one thing with each of those 7 areas spidering off. And I want you to reflect on the last 90 days in that category. So let's say physical is the category we want to use as an example. I want you to reflect on the last 90 days. And I want you to assign a number to how you've shown up or how you've performed in your physical world. So 10 would be my physical exercise routine and diet has been pristine. It's been perfect. I would not change a single thing about it, right? And a 1 would be, I don't even know how to spell physical. I don't even remember the last time I lifted a weight or hopped on a treadmill or went for a walk. So you're going to assign yourself a number. And let's just say that number is 6, right? It's a 6 out of 10. There's 5 key areas that you want to focus on to take that 6 and make it a 7 or an 8 or a 9 over the next 90 days. So you have your number 6, it's rear facing. Last 90 days, I'm ranking it a 6. Here's the 5 categories. By the way, these 5 categories will be applied to every single circle, right? So the first is podcast. Is there a podcast that could help you accomplish your physical or diet goals? If you don't have one that comes to mind, or you don't know one, you write podcast and you have a blank next to physical. And your job is to go find a podcast that will help you achieve a higher number in that physical category. The next category is book. Is there a book that you can read, whether it's audio or physical, that will help you achieve your physical goals? A great recommendation I do have for this one is called Dirty Genes. Dirty Genes. It's all about your diet and what resonates well with your body and how your genes work and influence your diet. So it's a book that's been really influential on my health. The third category under physical, you have podcast, book, is quote. Is there a quote that sticks out to you that resonates with your soul that you can read every day almost as a daily affirmation around your physical habit? So is there a quote you want to research, or is the quote that sticks out to you? Number 4, is there a role model or person that you can talk to about improving your physical health or diet? Is it a celebrity that you want to follow on Twitter or Instagram? Maybe they have their routine posted of what they exercise and you want to follow that. Or maybe it's somebody at your local gym. Maybe it's somebody in your life. But is there a role model or person that can A, hold you accountable, and B, be that person for you to maybe ask questions about better habits or practices that you can do to level up your physical circle? And then the 5th level, is there a system or tool you can implement? This might be an app that you want to download to your phone. This might be adding gym time or exercise time to your calendar. But is there some sort of system or tool that you want to implement in your world to make that physical area better? MyFitnessPal, for example, is a great calorie tracker where you can actually input what you're eating and how many calories you have left to burn for the day. So the goal here is you're at 6 out of 10. And by focusing on the right podcast, a book, the quote for daily affirmation, a person or role model, and then a system or tool, in 90 days, you can look back and say, I've improved in my physical world. I'm now a 7 or an 8, and here's how I quantify that. If any of those 5 areas are blank, it's your job to go find a resource for that. You want to ask other people, what book are you listening to that helps your health? What podcast are you listening to that helps your finances? What person are you looking to that helps you with your spirituality or your faith? Because you want to do these 5 things for each of those circles. So let's do one more example for finance. For your finances, maybe for the podcast, you want to listen to Bigger Pockets, right? And there's podcast episodes under Bigger Pockets around developing passive income and building wealth. For a book, maybe it's The Psychology of Money, a great book that we promote here at Forward Focused, all around how we think about money and how we have preconceived notions about how finances work. So maybe that's the book you have. For quote, maybe it's a Dave Ramsey quote of something along the lines of, live like nobody else lives today so you can live like nobody can tomorrow. Maybe that's what I read every day for the next 30 days to affirm my finance belief. If there's a role model or person, maybe I want to listen and subscribe to Warren Buffett and his approach on building wealth and how compound interest has changed his life. And then lastly, a system to implement. Maybe I download an app or I create a profile on mint.com and I actually have a personal household budget I follow and I'm tracking my net worth and my cash flow. So to wrap up, the 7 key areas found in the one thing on page 114 to 116 are personal, spiritual, job, business, finances, physical, and then your relationships with others. And my encouragement to you in this episode is to have a podcast, a book, a quote, a role model or person, and a system or tool for each of those 7 circles that can help improve your number that has self-assigned from the last 90 days and help you improve that number over the next 90 days. If you follow these tips and you identify areas for each of those categories, you will live a better life and reach your fullest potential. And I'm excited for you to be on that journey. If you found value in today's episode, please be sure to subscribe so you never miss a lesson to be the leader that you deserve to be. And until next time, lead on.